let's try this one. It's kind of similar to where we were at yesterday. We were talking about all of the business applications, so price, cost, revenue, those kinds of things. So on this one it says, a store has been selling 200 Blu-ray disc players a week at $3.50 each. So if I were going to write that as an order pair, let's make the X, we could technically do it either way, but to make life easy, let's say X is the number sold. And then the Y would be the cost. So that order pair would be 200, 350. Can I say price instead of cost? Because that's not what it costs them to make it, that's what they sell it for, the price. Okay. A market survey indicates that for each $10 rebate offered to the buyers, the number of units sold will increase by 20 a week. Can you tell me what another possible order pair would be based off that information? What does a rebate do? Gives you money back. So it takes your price and it drops it by 10. So if my price drops by 10, what happens to the number I sold? Goes up by 20. So then we would sell 220. Okay, find the demand function and the revenue function. Demand, we had in our notes yesterday, that's the same as the price function. So let's start there. We have two ordered pairs, so I'm really asking you to write the equation for this. So we're assuming linear, y equals mx plus b, so to get our slope, y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So we get negative 10 over 20, or negative 1/2. And then what do you do? Take one of your points and your slope, plug in y equals mx plus b. So if I just go with the first one, my y is 350 equals negative 1/2 times my x is 200 plus b. So it is 450. So my price function is negative 1/2 x plus 450. And then it wants the revenue. What's revenue? How do you find the amount of money you bring in? So that would be x times the price. So we get negative 1/2 x squared plus 450x. All right, and then I want to know how big should the rebate be to maximize my revenue. So I ask for these things, and then if you want to maximize that, what do you do? X plus 450, and we set our derivative equal to 0. So x is 450. Okay, now that's not the size of my rebate, is it? That's my x, or my quantity. So to find the actual rebate, we need to get our price. So selling 450. I'm going to plug that into my price equation. So we get negative 225 plus 450, so 225. So that means my price should be 225. So how do we find the rebate? Yeah, we started at 350, and if we sell it for 225, then we dropped our price by 125. So we had a $125 rebate. Is that one okay?
Where did you get X at? In the revenue?
From yesterday, we said revenue was the number you sell times the price. So revenue is the amount of money you bring in. So if you're selling a Lotus for $6 and you sell 10 of them, you brought in $60. Price times 1.
Okay.
Any other questions there? Let's do this one. We need to design a cylindrical can. So what does that mean?
Cylinder.
It's like a soup can. Okay. Excuse my pictures. I struggle. And this new slate, it's way more touchy than my old one. So I was better at drawing on my other one. That's what I'm going to stick with. Okay. So my radiuses are,
That was good. That was really straight. Oh my gosh. It was straight.
and height is h. The top and the bottom must be made of copper, which will cost 2 cents per square inch. So the top and bottom are made out of a different material. The curved side is to be made of aluminum, which will cost 1 cent per square inch. Find the dimensions to maximize the volume of the can if the total cost is to be 300 pi cents. Okay, so I want to maximize volume. Volume of a can, it's the area of the base, so area of a circle is pi r squared, times the height. Okay, we know to maximize or minimize, that means derivative, but what's wrong with this right now? Why can't I do the derivative yet? Too many variables, okay? We have to get rid of one of those. So that's where the other information comes in. I gave you information about the cost. So it's the cost per square inch. Basically, to get your total cost, you have to find the area and take it times the cost of it. All right, so for the top of the can, let's figure out our cost here. What's the area of the top? Area of a circle is
Pi r?
pi r squared.
Oh.
And how much does it cost to make the top? 2 cents per square inch. Since my total cost is in cents, I don't have to do the 0.2, I can just say 2. Okay, the bottom. The bottom is also a circle, so area of that is pi r squared. And the cost to make the bottom, it's also copper, so it was 2 cents as well. Okay, I'm trying to get my total cost, so we have to add these together. And then we have the sides. Alright, so think about your soup can. If you take the label off that can, so you unpeel it, what shape is it? A rectangle. Okay, we know how to find area of a rectangle, don't we? Length times width. So when you unroll it, the length is the total distance around that can, right? What's the name for the distance around the outside of a circle? Circumference. Circumference is 2 pi r. So that's the length times the width. So how tall is that label? The height. Okay, so that's the area of it. And then how much do we pay for that label? Yeah. So the sides just cost us 1 cent, and then all together my total cost is 300 pi. All right. So we have 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r squared. So 4 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h equals 300 pi. Would it be easier to solve for r or for h? H, there's only one of those.
Stop arguing, guys.
It's very serious. All right, and then we divide by 2 pi r. So my h is, all right, can I just put each of these over 2 pi r? So this would be 300 pi over 2 pi r would be 150 over r. 4 pi r squared over 2 pi r is just r. Not r, 2r, sorry. Okay, now I have my height. So this was my little detour. Now we have our height, so we're going to plug it in. So volume is pi r squared times this. So when we distribute, I can reduce an r. So I get 150 pi r minus 2 pi r cubed. Then how do we find the maximum or minimum? Derivative equal to 0. R is my variable here. The 150 pi is just coefficient. So we have 150 pi minus 6 pi r squared plus 0. If we divide by 6 pi, 150 divided by 6,
Probably like 25.
okay, square root, normally plus and minus, but can a radius be negative? So the radius is 5. The question was to find the dimensions. So the can must have radius 5 inches and height. How do we get our height? We said height is 150 divided by r, so that would be 5, minus 2r. So 150 divided by 5 is 30 minus 10, so that would be 20 inches. Do I want to do the last one or do I want to stop?
Stop.
Oh no.
Important question. All right, we're going to stop here today. So Monday, I will do the last example on your notes, and I'm probably going to pull in a couple others. So today, giving you time to get this done, so hopefully you don't have anything that you have to take home for the weekend. We are going to do. You alright, Corbin?